Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. After a while I finally decided to make a guide which will be of course about PvP Enhancement Shaman, and in few days I will upload a PvE version as well. So by saying that, let's jump straight into the guide. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is talents. So in the first two row, best combination is Lightning Shield plus Forceful Wind, because these two generate a lot of Maelstrom, plus they deal quite decent amount of damage. Second option could be Boulder Fist plus Landslide, but these two are just not good as Forceful Wind plus Lightning Shield, and they also got nerfed last patch, so I just don't recommend using them. In the third one you have two options. First one is Spirit Wolf, which you're going to use when you're fighting opponent that you're going to kite a lot, because it increases your movement speed and you get the damage reduction. Second one in other cases is the Earth Shield, which occasionally heals you for 10,000 HP, which is also good. In the fourth one there is only one option, that's Hailstorm, because you're always going to apply the slow with your enemies, and at the end it will deal more damage than if you use Searing Assault. In the fifth one there's also two options, Nature Guardian, which mostly people use because it's passive defensive cooldown, but it just doesn't work that well. So my personal favorite is Feral Lunge, because it gives you much more mobility and you can easily chase down people with only 30 seconds of cooldown. In the sixth one there is two options as well. A very good option is Sundering, because it deals tons of damage plus it encape your enemy for 2 seconds. So I count it as extra interrupt, and in combination with Windshare it can be very deadly combination. Second option is Fury of Air, which is very good in combination with Neck Essence Memory of Lucid Dream, because every time Fury of Air hit your opponent you're going to get healed for like 10k HP, and every hit refreshes the memory of Lucid Dream. So if you know that you're going to be targeted in arena, just use this and it will help your healer a lot and it will heal you a lot. In the last one, best and only choice I could say is Ascendance, because Ascendance is right now one of the best bursting spells in the game, and if something is going to bring you a kill, it's going to be Ascendance. It's much better than Earth and Spike, which is not good at this point, and Elemental Spirits are kinda RNG and just don't use them. Ascendance is the best option here, trust me. So let's talk about PvP talents. There's quite a few options. So first and good option is Ride of Lighting. It deals quite good amount of damage, but it's good only in 3v3 or battlegrounds, because as you can read you need more than 2 enemies, so it can deal damage. Actually in 2v2 it's not effective, so just don't use it there. And also if you are playing with mage or rogue, note that it will destroy their polymorph or blind, so you gotta be careful with that one. Thunder Charge is good spell because it helps you and your partner to recover your cooldowns for 30% for 10 seconds. Ethereal Form and Sky Fury Totem I don't think you're going ever to use. Counter-Strike Totem is good below 1.5k rating, and everything above that, every time you pop it people will destroy it, so it's just a waste for talent in my opinion. Purifying Water is good one if you're fighting against somebody that you gotta purge a lot, like Mage's Shield, which they have literally every second, or Combustion or Restoration Druid HOTS, and you know, stuff like that. Spectral Recovery is a good in combination with Spirit Wolf, so not just you're getting increased movement speed or damage reduction, but you're getting healed every 2 seconds for 3%, so if you're kiting, that's really good combination. Swirling Waves you're never going to use as well. Shamanism is a good one because it allows you to use Heroism / Bloodlust in arena, and you can use it only for 10 seconds on you and your partner, and if you're having a trade, the Ancestral Resonance, you're going to have it for 15 seconds, which is quite good as soft burst, and you may force some cooldowns with it because they will be afraid when they see a Heroism popping up. And the last one, the best one I could say, is a Grounding Totem, because it will soak every harmful spell like fucking Chaos Bolt, Pyroblast from Mage, or even CCs. So grounding totem is must in like 95% of arenas. So for example in 3v3 this is combination that I use, Ride of Lightning, Shamanism plus grounding totem. If I'm playing 2v2 I swap Ride of Lightning with Undercharge, and this is one pretty much. If I'm playing against the Restoration Druid and someone that I won't need much grounding totem, I might swap that one for Purifying Water so I can purge a lot. Like, you know, it's always optional because there is so many combinations and so many options, so all these PvP talents are based on what situation are you in and what your opponents are, and unfortunately we cannot cover them all here, so yeah, that's pretty much basic thing about PvP talents. So about the stat priority, number 1 is versatility, followed by haste, followed by critical strike, and then mastery as the last one. The enchants and gems are going to be for versatility both, and the enchants for weapon are going to be quick navigation on main hand and versatile navigation for offhand. And that's pretty much it. So moving on to the neck essences, so for a PvP we have two combinations there. In first combination, the major one, we are running for Conflict and Strife because it gives you a PvP talent Undercharge, which is very good as I already mentioned before. And since you have that one, now you can manage your talents well because you basically have 4 talent slots instead of 3. And also its passive ability gives you a very good amount of versatility, which is your main stat. For a first miner I'm running with Breath of Dying, mainly because it gives you a 10 corruption resistance. You can use more corrupted items and it have chance to strike your enemy for almost 30k HP, which is pretty decent amount of damage. Second miner is Blood of the Enemy, which gives you a lot of haste. Haste is your secondary good stat, it's very good to have it. And the last one is Crucible Flame, which have chance to cut your target or heal your ally, which is also very good in PvP, but I like to replace the Crucible Flame with Memory of Lucid Dream, which I also mentioned before is very good in a combination with Fury of Air. So about the other combination, I pretty much only swap the Conflict and Strife with Breath of the Dying. So Breath of the Dying as main is very powerful essence because it deals tons of damage, and if you combine it well with your partner you are easily going to slay your enemies. And of course moving Conflict first miner is just because of that huge amount of versatility that you get from it, and pretty much other essences are same, like Blood of the Enemy, Crucible Flame, which replaced with Memory of Lucid Dream, and that's it about the essences pretty much. From essences we are jumping to traits. So best combination, same as in PvE currently, is this one: 3 Natural Harmonies, Ancestral Resonance, Rolling Storm, and the Thunder and Fury. For the third one is pretty much optional, it always depends on what item do you have, so I'm currently using Heed My Call, Azerite Global, and Elemental Weir. For defensive one I got poor ones, because best one for defensive is Resounding Protection and you should have at least one, but unfortunately none of these 3 items have it, so I don't have that. Second best is Impassive Visage, and if you could have 3 of those you would get a lot of self-healing, but that's also not possible because you will deflect your major ones, so I'm using the one that heals you after Astral Shift End, which is not that bad. Also Pack Spirit is that you get occasionally healed in wolf form, also not bad. And Long Strider is suck, but unfortunately I cannot have better. There is also the second option for the major one, and that is running 3 Rolling Storms, 1 Natural Harmony, 1 Ancestral Protection, 1 Thunder and Fury, but that one is good only for a burst part. So if you want to have a better overall damage you should run 3 Natural Harmonies in spec like I do, and that's my recommendation for you. And that's it pretty much with the traits. Moving on to corruptions, so currently best corruptions are these feast weapons from Ra-Den, which are dealing quite good amount of damage, ensnaring your target for 30% for 6 seconds. Second best would be Gushing Wounds, but unfortunately I still didn't get it, and I'm hunting for it since this patch started, but nope, I didn't have enough luck. Best one after that is Infinite Start, which fortunately I got, but unfortunately it's only rank 2, but it's still good, because after you stack that, it can deal tons of damage and destroy your opponents. So since I've upgraded my cloak very well and I have 65 corruption resistance plus 10 from Breath of the Dying the essence, I could afford to use this wrist, which has Mind Flay corruption, which is 4th good, I would say, but it's only rank 1 and it deals kinda shit of damage, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much my corruption combination. It's very important to have less than 40 corruption, because you don't want to be chased by thing from beyond in arena, because it's gonna burst you half HP plus some opponent spells and you're dead as fuck. So you must have below 40 corruption, and that's pretty much it. So from corruptions we are moving to last two things, and that is trinket combination plus macros. So about trinkets, currently the best one that people use and that I use is this writing cement of dressed agate, which dropped from dressed agate from Nyalota, and as you can read, it deals very good amount of damage, and I love to use it in combination with remote guidance device, which drops from Operation Macagon dungeon, which also deals very good amount of damage, but it's kinda suck because if it bumps into pet or into wall or something, it's not going to work, so you gotta be at a good position before you use that one. So in these two combinations I really like to force my enemies defensive cooldowns, so that's the reason why I'm using these two. Also, if you know that you're going to be the target tag, very good one is Gladiator Safeguard, because if you fall below 25% health, it will grant you shield that absorbs 120k damage for 6 seconds, which is very good, and it gives you enough time to heal or recover yourself. Also very good one is Notorious Gladiator Insignia, which gives you base versatility, which is your base stat, and it abilities and spells you have chance to grant 1200 primary stat for 20 seconds, which is also good for the bursting phase. So that's pretty much about the trinkets in arena, and these two I like to use mostly. So last and very important thing are macros, and without them I wouldn't recommend you to go into arena. So first of all, the basic macro is /focus, in which you're going to put one of your opponents into focus so you can easier cast some spells on them. So second macro, and very important macro, is focus wind share, which allows you to interrupt that target without even targeting him. After that goes focus hex, so you can CC him, and after that is focus purge, so you can purge spells from him. Also very helpful thing are to put in macro your thunder charge, so you can use it on your partner without clicking on him. Same thing goes with heroism, you're gonna put your partner name there so you can use it also on him. And same thing goes for healing surge, where also you're going to put your partner's name so you can help him in some critical situations if they are focusing him. And last one, which helps me a lot, is the one for Capacitator Totem. So as you can see, you have to first use the bind to click on it, and then you have to position it with your hand. Well, with this macro you just have to position your cursor, like for example I want to put it on this pet, I'm just gonna use the bind, and here, there it is, you don't need to click twice. So it kinda helps me, you can use it or you don't need to, it's not that very important. So yeah, that's pretty much for the macros. So by finishing the macros we have come to an end. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will gladly answer it. If you liked the guide and found it helpful, please leave a like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and see you guys in the next.